Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be transported. No. How ridiculous. Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video, I want to go back to January of 2016 and I want to go over my favorites of the month. This was 3 years ago, and you know, our tastes evolve and change as we get older or as we just go through different things. Like, we might have liked this then, but do we like it now? Do we still own it? How do I feel about it now? So I thought it'd be fun to kind of do a throwback favorites and go back to 2016 and see what the heck I was enjoying. Of course I had a wine favorite. Cupcake Vineyards Black Forest wine. I don't think I've even tried that since that month. You know, I've tried a lot of wines and there are my definite standout favorites. In fact, I have a whole playlist. I will link below my playlist of wine suggestions, recommendations. You can click on any monthly favorites video. There's always a wine favorite in there as well. So I have a lot of things that I drink now. That is one that I haven't gone back to. The next favorite was the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. Since that video, I've done 2 looks with this palette, so I will link those below. One I had done last year, spring of last year, and I had done a bunch of throwback tutorials just using things I already have. And I'm probably going to revive that series here on my channel just because I have a lot of makeup. Let's use what we have. That's how I kind of feel about life. But I really like this palette. If I remember, this purple's kind of not as purple as I'd like it to be. It kind of shows up black. And I think that this blue teal color shows up a little bit more black than that color. But I like the cooler tones, these beautiful shimmery shades. That pink's really pretty all over the lid. I like the original chocolate bar. I do like the semi-sweet, but I think this one, quite frankly, might be my very favorite. If you're looking for a Valentine's gift, the packaging is ever so appropriate. Another palette that was limited edition, I'm just going to show it just to kind of remind you if you have it to dig it back out. I'm sure you could probably find it on Poshmark or eBay or somewhere, but the Urban Decay collaboration they did with Gwen Stefani, I thought this was a very lovely palette. It has beautiful lid shades in it, some nice crease shades, a couple pops of color, but you know, in my day-to-day life, I'm not typically wearing these colors. As I'm wearing something a little bit bold and dramatic today. I just was kind of playing around. I was like, oh, what the heck, let's just go bold today. But I really do enjoy this palette, and I don't know if it's worth, you know, spending $1 million on eBay for, but if you can get it for a decent price around what it originally launched for, I do like it. Man, it was the month of eyeshadows. I have neglected these, but these are great. These are the MAC Extra Dimension shadows. Now, I'm not sure. I'm just going to show you the colors that I have in case something piques your interest. This is the shade Legendary Lure. The quality of these is excellent. They're very pigmented. They glide on and blend out really well. They're just a unique formulation. They're the mineralized. Are they mineralized? I believe they are. So that's that color. This Fathoms Deep color is like the most beautiful, slightly purpley blue cooler undertone. This looks really, really gorgeous on the eyes. Silver Sun, another phenomenal color. I would have to say that the ones that I have here feel pretty unique. Like, they're really good colors. This one is Sea Worship. This is just a nice gold color, but not a yellow gold, more of like a, you know, cooler undertone gold. This is one of my absolute favorites, Smoky Mauve. Oh my gosh, this is stunning. If you have Laura Mercier Amethyst Shadow Stick, this is kind of similar, but this layered over that is really gorgeous. Evening Gray, like a smoky grayish blue color. And then the last one that I have here is called Amorous Alloy. Kind of in tune with the past 2 years of super warm shadows being the trend. The rest of them not so much. But I'm not huge on warm shadows. I wear them from time to time, but as a whole, I like those slightly cooler toned shadows like grays and purples and taupes. Yes. Believe it or not, I have my air conditioning on in my house today. And I'm wearing this sweatshirt and I'm thinking, man, it is so hot and humid out that I had to turn my AC on last night so I could fall asleep because I was like sweating in my bed. Like, I need a cold winter day, and I know the rest of you have been frigid and you like want to pass it on down. But I'm like, I hope this isn't a sign of like early spring and like torturous hot summer because I'm not ready. All right, the next thing I have here is the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill Excess Mascara. I've not purchased that since this month. I used it up. I had bought it during that Nordstrom sale where they do buy 3 mascaras, get 3 free, or buy 2, get 1 free, something like that. I liked it. It gave, from what I remember, I'd have to go back and watch my video, but from what I remember, It was a good volumizing mascara with some length. I can't remember if it held my curl or not, but more than likely it did, or I wouldn't feature it, because a lot of mascaras, initially, I'll like them upon application, and then throughout the day, my lashes will slowly droop, and we just are left with lackluster lashes. And I need all the help I can get in the lash category. So what I'm going to recommend in its place that I'm currently using is the Chanel Le Volume Mascara. This has a rubber wand. This is going to give you a lot of volume, but it is going to be more of a clumpy mascara, and it is a little bit more wet. So do be aware of those two things. However, it really does hold because of those two qualities. I love this brush. Yes, I still use this every single day. The GSN-10 by Chikuhodo. I like the natural hair bristled brushes a lot. This one is a little, well, I just washed it, so it's kind of weighing out here, but it's a little bit fuller and fluffier than, say, a MAC 217 would be. But I like that because I really can get a good blown out blend in the crease. I wouldn't reach for this to like do a deeper color or to deepen up the crease, because for me, in my particular eye shape, this is too fluffy. I need something to really get into my caverns in my eyes here. But I do really like this brush, and I would definitely still recommend it. Next, I have on here the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation. I did an entire review on that, and I quite frankly didn't know that was still available at Sephora. I actually thought that they had gotten rid of that foundation and came out with something else, but it is still available. My thoughts on that foundation have changed since the review, because I've tried, like, I don't know, 10 more foundations at least since this point in time. And that's where I was going with this, is like, you might have loved these things then, but I hadn't tried as much as I have now 3 years later. So my comparison points have changed, my skin has changed, what I like on my face has changed, and so things kind of change. The formula of that is it's a dropper, and is a very saturated, highly pigmented, liquidy foundation. You squirt out just a little bit, and it covers an amazing amount with just a few drops. So if you need serious full coverage, it really lasts. It is going to be matte. For me now, it's just not in my arsenal of what I would need. So I'm not into the super matte, full-on coverage foundations, but if you're looking for something like that, maybe give it a go. I think if you have, oh goodness, if you have dry skin, no, stay clear. It's never going to work for you. And it's not my favorite foundation I've ever tried. Next, I have on here an IT Cosmetics number 114 brush. I think I remember what brush that is, but I got rid of it because I've fallen in love. I use that for bronzer, by the way. I've fallen in love with the Wayne Goss number 11 bronzer brush. It's what I use. That Wayne Goss brush replaced my other favorite, which was the Real Techniques multitask brush. Still love that, but I like the Wayne Goss even better. So that IT Cosmetics brush I ended up decluttering. If I don't reach for the brush and it's taking up space in my cup, it goes. So that one I no longer own. Another foundation, like, I was trying a lot of foundations at this point in my channel. I was really into, you know, perfecting my skin and figuring out what foundations I really enjoy. I'm still that way. I just have learned not to buy so many at once because they do eventually expire and go bad. And I had a whole drawer of open foundation, and foundation is expensive, and I had to throw a lot of them away because they went bad, and I just can't justify that anymore. So I try to just stick to like 2 different finishes, 2 foundations, 2-3 open, and that's it. But the Laura Mercier Candle Glow foundation had just come out at that point. I did do an entire review on that. They do still sell that foundation. I think it's a great foundation. Once again, check out the review. I'll put it in a card and below if you are like, I want to know more about that. Laura Mercier creates some really lovely face products. That is one brand that, I mean, everything I've ever tried, I can honestly say everything I've ever tried from her, I've really enjoyed. Oh, the next thing is an OG product, the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. You know, I was thinking the other day that I wanted to pick that up and try it again because I really liked that concealer. I never had issues with it. I liked the consistency of it. You know, they have a lot of shades to choose from. I believe the pump at one point was kind of an issue, but I like the fact that something is in a pump versus like in a wand like this. But this is an alternative I wanted to share with you that I'm enjoying right now, currently. This is the Cover FX Power Play Concealer. I believe the shade range on this is pretty good. I'm in the shade N Light 1. So the wand is kind of funky. It's not a very small wand, so it's actually kind of hard to, you know, like get a precise application of this, but this is full coverage. I've been enjoying it. I haven't experienced any sort of disappearing. It seems to last well throughout the day. It is not heavy. Like, it's another full coverage concealer, but a nice thin, nice consistency, not flat and life sucking, but you know, just a nice comfortable, long wearing, fuller coverage concealer. MAC Harmony. I used to use this as like a contour. So keep in mind, contouring kind of entered the world of YouTube, as far as my knowledge, around like 2015, maybe late 2014. Contouring's been around for years, but I was never even aware of what it was, why you would do something like that. I'm not a trained makeup artist. I'm just a mom who has slowly taught herself how to apply makeup, and I like to sit down and share my favorites and my thoughts on things with you. And so that's kind of my quick backstory for those of you who are new. And so I really have learned along with you. Really, I really have come on here with crazy hair, crazy makeup, crazy ideas. But anyway, so I had bought this to do like a contour situation with. This is actually a blush. It is a matte finish. Now for me, this is more of like a nude blush, but depending on your skin tone, maybe this could be a bronzer, maybe this could be a useless powder. It's actually a really pretty color. You make a great eyeshadow too. It has a slight warmth to it, so maybe it's not the best contour shade. I actually nowadays use this for bronzer or bronzer blush. Like if I want to skip, you know, having several products in one day, I'll just reach for something like this because it kind of gives me the bronze and a little bit of color on my cheeks. Okay. This is a brand you don't hear me talk a lot about on my channel because I've just really been unimpressed with things. I bought a couple Morphe brushes, the Morphe E4 brush. I've decluttered that. I can't even remember what it looks like, but it was scratchy, so it went. And I believe it shedded like crazy. I just was not impressed. This brush, though, is the one brush that I would definitely recommend. This is an E36 pencil brush. I like this brush. It's soft. And it comes to a point, but not such a sharp point that you can't blend. Some pencil brushes are scratchy. The one that comes to mind is the Sigma one. That was awful. This one's soft, but it needs to come to a point so that you can, you know, get a pinpoint size, right? But if it's too sharp, then you can't blend with it. This one is a nice size. You can do both of those things with it. I really enjoy this brush, and I think it's very affordable. I can't quote it because I don't remember, but I want to say definitely less than $10. Then I don't know what it is now. I always saved my lip products for last, and I think it's because I like to start off with my wine, which was like my favorite thing, and then my most favorite thing I like to save for last, and that's lip products. I'm a lip product junkie. I love lip products. I've had to slow my roll over the past couple years, just in general with makeup buying, because it's like I can only use so much, and I want to enjoy what I have, right? So I can't keep buying more and more and more, because then you never go back and use the things you originally loved, which is why I think doing this type of video is also beneficial, because it reminds us we already have good things. And a great way to feel contentment in life is to really be happy and enjoy the things you already own. Dive in and reuse those things that you used to love. Anyways, bunny trail. This lip pencil, this is NARS Dragon Girl. And I think that the NARS lip pencils are kind of, when I think of NARS, this is one of the products that I think about when I think about the brand. Another thing I think about is the NARS Orgasm Blush. I've since decluttered that. I kind of don't like that. It's a little too orange. But anyways, this lip pencil is what Taylor Swift wore or wears. Well, at the time. I had tried to look up on the internet she's always got that iconic red lip on, and it looks so beautiful on her. I'm a fan of red lips. But the reason this one's so good is it's a velvet matte lip pencil. And if you do wear red lips or you know anything about them, you know, they can be a little bit more high maintenance if the formula isn't something that is a little more matte. However, this truly is velvety. It's very thin. It's a pencil form, so you can just sharpen it. And it dries down matte, but not matte like a lipstick matte or a liquid lipstick matte. Matte as in, it's just so comfortable. It's just really smooth, and it's because it's so thin, even if you're going to eat and drink, it's not going to be goopy and like going all over the place. It's a really nice pencil. If you don't like this color, then they do have several other shades, but I love a good classic red lip. And this one is just like that bright, juicy summer strawberry color. It makes me want to put it on right now. So that's a really good one. Yes, still love that. The next lipstick I actually just gave to my friend when she was last over. MAC Persistence. It looked amazing on her. I thought it didn't look so good on me. Apparently I must have liked it at this point in time. I used to self-tan though too, so my complexion was a lot warmer and darker. And this particular color, if I remember, it's a little bit more of a warmer nude. And I think it had some brown qualities to it, maybe a little hint of red or something. It was a very unique shade, but I gave it to my friend and she looks fabulous on it. I'm not sure if this next lip product is currently on the website, but at the time, the Colourpop brand as a whole was like huge. It was huge. It was affordable. It had recently launched, I can't remember the year, but it was like a newer brand at the time, and everything was marketed around like the $5 price point, so people were going nuts. I believe these are still around that price point, but this is the color Oh Snap. It's a matte shade. These lippy sticks, they have several different finishes, but this particular one's matte, but it's a nice matte. It's a comfortable matte. I don't know if I like this color. As you can see, it's like it's a very soft, it's a nude shade obviously, but I don't know if this is my most flattering. I must have liked it at the time. Let's just try a little bit here. These are really creamy. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's my most flattering. I might need to declutter that one as well. If you can still get it, you know, I was kind of in my MAC lipstick drawer because I feel like there's got to be something at MAC that looks like this. Oh, NARS Barbara. That kind of came to mind. I thought that might be similar. That's a good nude color. That one is a little bit rosier than this. And I think the reason I love Barbara so much is because of that rose quality. If something doesn't have a hint of color to it, and if it's too like nude concealer-esque, I will look really bad. I'll look really dead. Okay, the last favorite is still a serious favorite, and I just went on the internet to see if you can get this anywhere. Yes, on like eBay and stuff like that, but Lancome. This color is 244 Rose Amnesia. I do have something similar, but it prompted me to go to the Lancome website. And they have a lot of really pretty yet unique lipstick shades. Not like your basic red and your basic nude, which they do have. But what I'm saying is they have some of those in-between colors that I'm a huge fan of. Things you don't just see at Sephora in every brand's lipstick slot. Like things that are just a little different. And I think the Lancome brand is just really elegant. I think it's very feminine. It's very classic. This color is got a cat or fuzzy on it. It's a beautiful rose shade. This is just a great nude for me if I'm going to do nude. But as you can see, it's got that pink quality to it. So this is very close to my natural lip color. And it's very flattering because of that. So, if you can't find Rose Amnesia, number 244, MAC's Brave is similar. It's very similar. The finish is going to be different, I think. What is this, satin? Well, maybe not. Yeah, it is. It's a little bit, it's not as shiny. And that formula itself, when I swatched it, this is Brave and that's Rose Amnesia. The formula itself is a little thicker. This is a thinner formula on the lips. So, but as you can see, that's a very close option. Let me look here. Yeah, I don't think you would even be able to tell on the lips which lipstick is which, except for the fact that the Lancome one, I almost like rolled my R there. That never happens. I can't roll nothing. You would not notice a difference on the lips. Absolutely not. The Lancome is going to offer a little bit more shine. When I'm looking at this with my bare naked eye, So this is a very good option for that Lancome lipstick. Alright, that is everything that I was loving in January of 2016. As far as currently, it's February right now, and I'm going to start up my monthly favorites here again at the end of February. I'm very excited because I've been trying some things out, I've been rediscovering some things, and I have just some non-beauty things, you know, that I like to include too. So I will post my February favorites at the end of February. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know. Huge thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you would like me to do these monthly throwbacks every month. So like do my current favorites and then go back to, you know, I can go back 3 years, I can go back 4 years, depending. We can go all the way back to 2013 actually, so we can go several years back. Now some products I'm going to tell you are discontinued, I don't have anymore, but it's still kind of fun to chit chat about it, you know? Anything to kind of conjure up the conversation for me is a good enough video topic, you know what I mean? So thank you guys so much for watching, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you very soon. Bye guys.